y'all. So this is going to be a reading for the element of earth. While I was doing my meditation based on the energy that I'm getting, I was hearing the song. I didn't even look up the name of it, but Baby, I've Been Losing Sleep, that song. So it could be you, could be the person you're connecting with. For some reason, somebody's losing sleep, and I mean, honestly, sometimes I feel like when you are going through an awakening, an ascension, you're going to sleep less because you're kind of on that, you're drawing a lot of power from the universe, and you're just not going to need it as much. I mean, I've always been somebody who slept only 4 or 5 hours a night. People have always found it very weird, but if I sleep longer than that, I'm just exhausted. So, yeah. The other thing that when I was channeling the energy, I got a situation that came up with a guy named Jay, so you could be dealing with somebody named Jay. And the situation got really bad with this gentleman. I actually ended up definitely pulling out some of my demons, because I actually pulled knives out of a kitchen drawer, to be honest with you, on that guy, and told him to leave my house. So definitely somebody could be really pushing you to your limits. Like, I mean, I know in myself, like, I never would have hurt him, but definitely during my more toxic times in my very early 20s, drinking and partying, and it was just when I realized how manipulative and using he was, so somebody could very well be triggering you at this time. I have the Starseed Oracle out right now. That's what I was led to pull. So let's see what comes out. I'm just going to ask for one here. I do shuffle very differently. Kind of thing I was led to, and that was way too many. It's kind of an air shuffle. I feel like that's what I was led to do, because it, really allows like spirit and guides to be able to grab single cards. And just really control what comes through. So yeah, that's probably a thing you'll notice about me this odd. Okay, if you want to come out, I'm just going to stick with that, because it definitely came out and they stayed together. So the first one is You Got the Love. It says arrogant energy, codependency, and boundaries. Second one's going to be Inner Earth, which is, Earth signs, so that's definitely key. It says you'll survive this, new solutions and beginnings, and karmic relationships. Oron energy, polarity, soul growth, and conflict. Honestly, I mean, I try and ask them. I mean, I am a Taurus myself, but I try and ask my guides right before this monthful and my energy. I'm going through a lot right now personally, with a karmic relationship and actually learning boundaries. So I feel like that's probably what a lot of Earth signs are, going through right now. Honestly, I personally myself have 3 Taurus signs in my big 4, so I am earthy for sure. I like my nice things. I always like my nice things. I always drive a very nice car and things like that, but I've never had anything handed to me, so I've worked for it. Like, I think a lot of people have always judged me thinking that it just gets handed to me. That's kind of the energy that I'm getting here, because Inner Earth, like, your sanctuary where you live, like, my home is my sanctuary. And when people try to make any types of threat to that, they definitely meet the bull, and they learn their lesson for sure, because I am a very compassionate, caring, honest, giving person. Even though I like my nice things, I will give the last $5 that I have to somebody that needs them, even if it means I can't eat. Always have been that way. I can stand tried and true in that. God rain down upon me if I'm lying about it, because I 100% know that I would do that for a lot of people I barely even met too. And then karmic relationships, to the T, like, codependency is a karmic relationship. And when it affects your stability, it definitely causes an awakening. Like, it makes you really realize, like, what cycle you continue to go through. Taurus energy must really be going through that. And like with retrogrades and, Capricorn season, I think it's just showing that it's not a bad thing to like your stability and your earthly matters, as long as you also can be tried and true in your conviction and being honest with people and be giving and caring. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was, kind of a question I was asking tonight, and got a major confirmation from a reader that I tend to like quite a bit. So I'll give her a shout out. Ghetto Nun. I definitely definitely connect with her a lot, and it was insane tonight. The question I asked literally was answered in the reading to the DJ. The whole reading was about it. So, all right, let's see what the storyline is here. Actually, I just checked real quick. I just didn't ask him exactly should use. That's just the one I was using for my personal read before the turned it on. I almost dropped that, so you guys could be kind of dropping things and stumbling and trying to find your way right now. Ace of Pentacles is on the bottom of the deck, so I feel like there's definitely something you're not seeing about something that's coming. Obviously, Ace of Pentacles is prosperity, like a job, a raise, a new job, winning a court case, the lottery, something like that. So that was kind of good because I was really led to actually look right at that. So hopefully that's around the corner for us all. I mean, I definitely feel like I'm resonating this with a lot of this already, so I try not to pull my own energy. Page of Pentacles, it's confirming what I just saw with the Ace. I mean, Page and the Ace of Pentacles really are, to me, it's like communication about the Ace of Pentacles is what the Page is. So it's, you getting that message about the new job or getting responded to about that job, that application you put in for an interview and all that stuff for you. So, and then it's followed up by the Four of Pentacles. It's something you've been desiring. I mean, I think that's exactly what it's showing. Like you're getting something that you've been waiting for. Like you're finally. It might have been a long time coming. Honestly, for a lot of you guys, especially people who are awakened right now. I feel like there is a. Last year, I feel like it was a battle for a lot of people. The Emperor, the Star, the King of Cups, the Two of Chalices, Five of Wands. Wow, they really wound up roasting out on this one. Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords. All right. So Aries energy, of course, with the Emperor. Aquarius with the Star. We have the, King of Chalices. Very, somebody comes in showing their emotion. Obviously a masculine energy, whether that be a male or a female. Honestly, I feel like that I will be pulling on LGBT energy as I am myself. So I would definitely say take that as it resonates a lot because, Emperor could easily be a woman in this case. A lot of female-female relationships. There's got to be, that's why the ones that work is there is somebody who's mainly in a feminine energy and mainly in masculine energy. So definitely something to take in for sure. The Star, so we have that enlightenment, prosperity, like wish fulfillment. With the King of Cups, somebody who's coming and showing their emotions. Especially with all those like fish, or they're like leaves like coming out of the water in this deck. So that's interesting because like I would link the leaves to the trees. So I'm getting grounded energy, even though it's like coming from like their heart. I feel like very caring. Somebody's gonna possibly somebody coming in. But what's interesting is that it's followed up by the Three of Swords, which is heartbreak and loss. So it's kind of gives me an energy that like that person hurt you in the past. That there was definitely conflict, a misunderstanding. Five of Wands right behind it as well, which is exact same thing. Challenges, obstacles, rivalry. And then the Ten of Swords, the worst. So I really feel like whoever this is that's coming in did a lot to you in your past, and you've been in your head about it. And I feel like with all these, with the Three of Swords and the Five of Wands being together, I feel like, and the Star enlightening the situation, that be cautious of this person. I'm getting the energy that they're not healed for sure. Like that's definitely the energy I'm pulling off of that. Let's see what they say. So on the Page of Pentacles, let's see what they clarify on that. Clarify the Page of Pentacles. Let's see what we got here. Looks like the Sun. So that job position, it looks like that's it's something you want for sure. Like it's what you've been looking for. Six of Pentacles. something from your past. So maybe it's something you always wanted to do, something you've done in your past and you just knew you're absolutely passionate about it. And for whatever reason, you left it, relocated for some reason, didn't go to the same thing, thought, there's something better on the other side. And these jealousies, emotional fulfillment, like you're actually happy there. You're not going to hate where you're at. A job that's not in alignment with you. It could be, you're moving into spiritual work. You're doing something that you're like truly passionate about, especially if you're a spiritualist, if you're just here because you need confirmation about certain things. I think if you are changing careers and it's passionate, something you're doing passionate. I'm just getting a lot of with the colors in this. It looks like to me, it's like, painting or artistry or something. So if you're definitely going to be an artist or, and obviously artists can be somebody who's like a singer or performing arts, um, you may not make exactly what you used to make, but can you put a price on happiness is what I'm hearing on that. All right, so 4 Pentacles. Justice. So, with the 4 Pentacles being like something you desire on, it looks like, they're just confirming like you're going to get the overall outcome in that situation that you're looking for. Like you're going to get your fulfillment. I think that's pretty basic and simple. I'm not going to ask them to clarify it further on that. So, what about this Emperor? Oh, actually, there was already one flip, so let's see what it was. I missed that. My apologies. If it wants to come out. I guess I can't seem to find a card right now. I'll take that as a sign for sure that somebody possibly or yourself could be kind of hiding that that's what you truly want, or you're worried about looking for it. And maybe I'm crazy. I could have sworn seen the card out. I'm not seeing it. Oh, there it is. It's the Lovers. So, passion, yeah, for sure. And there's, I just said performing arts. These guys are, dancing. I don't know how well you can see that. I'm kind of getting used to my setup here. But yeah, they're, dancing, and looks like in the night, they're wearing masks. So, definitely performing arts. I feel like, a lot of energy on that side. That if that's something you're wanting to do, then go for it. I used to do it. I love it. Especially in the LGBT community, there's a lot of amazing performers out there. So, best of luck and go for it. Energy on the Emperor. 4 Swords. So, as the way that everything connected, up there that the conflict in the past and all that stuff. It seems like, with that, 4 Swords is retreat and kind of like regrouping yourself. And so it looks like they spent some time regrouping. I said, well, we'll clarify down here, but the energy I got on the first line is that they're not healed. Let me get one more on the Emperor. Just to clarify the 4 Swords. That's 5 of Pentacles, I think. That's the Ace of Pentacles. So, I feel like that's probably what they see you as, is abundance. Tauruses are commonly very abundant. Aries, Emperors, fire signs, pretty commonly like passionate, and depending on, woke or not woke, that passion a lot of times can get them in trouble. Being that I see as, my experience with fire signs is that, if they're in that karmic energy, they are lustful. So, being lustful, and not, respecting the energy, I think you can, pull what I'm saying from there is that can get you in some trouble, The Star got Tiny Elephant. This deck's kind of interesting. It's like 3 or 4 additional cards to the Major Arcana. I'm just getting with that you might in the past seen him as the Star, and now you're like considering, and said him, masculine energy. So take it as it is, he or she, it's just energy. But that you have spent a lot of time thinking about it and how was that really something you wanted? Like, was I just hurt, moving out of a toxic cycle? Definitely when you're not completely healed or going through a lesson, like, you're going to be connected to somebody that closes your lessons. I will speak for that 100% myself. Clarified the Page of Wands. So, it's just, honestly, it's a new idea being creative. So, Maybe you have a new idea about them. Maybe that person, you've spent enough time to review and realize that, you've done it enough, or you're not, like, you really truly don't feel like they're going to change. I mean, take it as it resonates. Maybe they did heal. For sure, that'd be great. Especially if it's somebody who you want back. I keep saying he, I mean, he or she, just, it's an energy. I mean, you know, first, not trying to be biased, but a lot of my energies are going to be he, obviously. So let's see. King of Chalices is being clarified by the Queen of Chalices and the Magician. And then the Two of Chalices is the Seven of Swords with the Eight of Chalices in reverse. So definitely getting an energy that, obviously these are a pair. But Magician, is definitely like manifesting or somebody doing spell work, clarification on spell work. I mean, I've seen it time and time again. And like, if people don't know to clarify what spell work is and how deep it can go, I was gang stalked online this year. Like lied to by police, kicked out of my own home by my Aries, ironically. So funny, it's one of my energy. I mean, that's definitely an energy I'm getting here, because I definitely consider myself very, like, I mean, I have in my top, top 9 in my birth chart? No, top 6 in my birth chart. I have all elements. So I'm definitely like emotional, passionate, grounded, all that stuff. And so I'm just pulling, especially, I can't deny the fact that I think that they took advantage of your emotions. That manipulation is what I'm getting out of that completely. Because, I mean, Seven of Swords, somebody doing something sneaky on a lover's connection. Eight of Cups in the reverse, I mean, just absolutely 100% clarifies that, because you're, you withdrew and retreat is what it would be upright. And I feel like you're moving on from that because of the spell work. Like, this is being, obviously, so it's in reverse, so you're not doing that any longer, but you learned your lesson, you're moving on, is the energy I'm getting. Yeah. So the Moon on the Three of Swords, so that conflict, because there was hidden deceptions on the High Priestess. Five of Wands has the Three of Wands, the World. The Ten of Swords has the Two of Wands, the Ten of Chalices. So I just feel like, and everything I was just saying, but the Three of Wands being that it is heartbreak, loss, like losing this person, and they did go back, and contemplate, the Four of Swords, and kind of like taking that retreat, and you probably did too. You're obviously two probably separated, but the deception on, the High Priestess is Taurus energy. So I think it's 100% clarifies the spread that we're getting here, for sure, that that person did you wrong in the past, and is that cycle closed? Does it need to be closed? Or, have they truly healed? I mean, that's something you're definitely going to have to discern when they come in, and figure that out, for sure. I mean, the Three of Wands being that it is heartbreak, loss, World is completing up a cycle. Ten of Swords to the Two of Wands being that it's, time to compromise, make your decision, complete it, so you can find your Ten of Cups. Like, where's your happiness? Like, is it truly within that person, or is it truly within yourself? Every person that triggers us for a reason. And one thing I definitely have to say is a lot of people will take advantage of people who are compassionate and caring. So, don't always see it as a bad thing that they triggered you, but you do have to accept that, you accepted some of that deceit or mislead or made excuses. If you didn't make excuses in the past and it didn't maybe go as far as it did, would it really ever came out to be the Ten of Swords? If you would have, stood your ground sooner. I mean, with my Emperor, I kicked him out day one. They moved into my house. And guess who called him back? I did. So definitely, if you feel like you have to stand your ground enough to remove somebody from your home, why would you be calling them back? Wouldn't they be the one that needs to call you back, especially if they're one in lack and need when you're the one providing? And that's, totally the story I'm getting. Oh, something else that I forgot, that what I was channeling is that something that's been put on me completely is that I don't judge people. I have friends of all walks of life, like, sizes, shapes, skin colors. Like, it doesn't matter to me. I do not see people for any of the external. I I feel like God has totally told me and confirmed it for me that you should only judge people based on how they treat people, because that is how he is going to judge people. Um, if somebody can drink and go to work and they want to spend the money and they want to work hard for that, I honestly 100% do not see a problem. And actually, one of my family members is a very heavy drinker, but he is one of the most successful people in our family. There's a level that it does get to toxic, and they had to speak to him about it. And from what I see, it seems like it is getting better. So as long as you're not being toxic, you're taking care of your responsibilities, and you're still going to work. Because, man, I was 24, I partied my butt off, but I was out hungover at work every single time. The bar flu was not a reason I called off of work. So, just something I think you put on this read is to say that, you can have fun. You can enjoy your time, like, on this earth. Like, he's not judging you for that. He will, though, absolutely judge you by how you treat other people. All right, so I'm just going to close that real quick with a oracle card. This would be something that I feel like I'm getting that the reason I chose pulled it, or was led to pull this deck, was that it's something that we need to reflect on in our current energy so that we can move forward from these particular situations. And I'm definitely saying we because one, I'm Taurus, and two, I believe that all readings are going to pull a collective energy for sure. So, I mean, you could have Taurus somewhere in your chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So, I'll take that one, and we'll leave these on track. So, greed, were you, greedy, like, definitely, like, there's a point where I have to admit, like, I was very stubborn in the fact of, like, I'm kind of greedy in the way that I like my home and my nice things, and when people threaten those, I do put my horns on. I'm definitely a Taurus, and that's definitely a toxic trait for me, is to be, very, let's say, just that, like, this is my pen, and I'm a bull, and I'm going to shove you out of it, type of thing, as a kind of a trauma response. I have been kicked out of my place and things like that in the past, toxic relationships, and so it definitely was something I had to work on. But that aspect I definitely would ask is, like, is there a level of that you don't need to feel that way by not letting particular people, that close to your stability? Like, do you need to be more discerning about the type of people you're letting in your life? I had to wipe out a lot of people in my life this year, to make sure that you're definitely evaluating that, because you are the company you keep, for sure. All right, thanks, Doris. I hope it resonated with you. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and see you on the next one.